This is going to be building off of what we covered on Friday, writing exponential equations. So first, writing exponential equations is your standard 8.9C. So when you're looking in the grade book, that's where this is coming from, this skill. An exponential equation is written in A times B to the X. It involves your initial factor, which is your A, and then your growth or decay factor, which is B. We did this with percentages on Friday as well. So if you deposit $200 into the bank account, every year that amount increases by 4%. So it increases by 4% based on whatever is in the account at the time. So if you increase in your first year, that means you're going to increase by even more in your second year because you'll be taking a percentage of a bigger number. You need to be able to recognize when you write it in this form versus quadratic or linear. So if I'm going to deposit $200 into the bank account, that's the initial amount, initial being first or original. So if you think of your initials in your name, it's the first letter in your name. So this is the first amount we're putting in. Then we need to know if it grows or decays. Since it's increasing, it's going to be a growth, and it's increasing by 4%. So when this increases, you're going to be adding an amount to the original. You do the exact same thing with a percent. Your 4% is being added to the original whole value, 100%. So 100% of the money is $200. And it's going to increase by 4%. So now you're going to have 104% of your money. So this is how we did it on Friday. Now we're taking it and we're going to be using the whole number with a decimal rather than the percent. So 100% as a decimal is 1 because you move the decimal place 2 spaces to the left. 4% as a decimal, move it 2 places to the left, and you get 0.04. So we're growing from our whole amount plus another 4%, so we're growing 104%, which is 1.04 as a decimal. So now I know my equation because my A value is 200. Times my B value as a decimal, 1.04 to the X. So I want you to hit pause and try number 2. I'm going to give you 2 minutes on this. Okay, so the population of an apartment building is 4,000 people. Every month that population decreases by 12%, so it looks like it's going to be decay. 12% needs to be changed to a decimal, so we're going to move it 2 places to the left, and we're going to be subtracting it from our whole amount of people. Our whole amount of people initially is 4,000 people. That's our A. And then we decay from that whole amount, 0.12 or 12%. And that amount would be 0.88. So our initial value is 4,000 people times, we're going to have 88% as many people each year. 88% instead of all of our people, which is 100%, to the X, which is our months in this case. Now flip. And you are going to be working on 3, 4, and 5 on your own, this being number 4. And then also 6 through 10. There's probably going to have to be some conversation about 6 through 10. So before you begin this, I do want to talk about one word, which is appreciates. So appreciates is a word that's often used to describe value of items. So items can go up in value or down in value. So in the case of a coin, this coin is going to appreciate, which means it's going to go up. If it were to depreciate, that would go down, but appreciate would be going up. So that will help you quite a bit with that, because you need to know if you're going to be adding to your 100% or subtracting from your 100%. Remember that this is also going to be your initial A.9C grade for the grade book. So make sure you complete this assignment and turn it in when you're finished.